Good morning. So I am Lynn Heisey and I teach for West End. Currently, if you're watching this live or close to when it came out, we just started our Zoom schedule. So you can look up when I teach, which right now it's Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m., and when all of our other instructors teach. So we would love to stay in touch with you. But for now, I wanted to offer a free yoga class so that you can keep practicing at home even if you're unable to join us or pay for those. There's also a way to donate to West End and where you can find me or other instructors all put in the show notes. So thanks so much for doing this for your body. Let's cultivate a little well-being together. So find yourself on your mat. What you need is comfy clothes and enough area to stretch if you don't have a mat. Take your toes together and we'll start in child's pose. Allow yourself to shift back, stretch out your arms, and just rest against your mat. Take a nice deep breath. Feel your low back stretch and widen. And as you exhale, feel a little heavier, as if the ground is holding you up. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling, feeling the belly widen and expand. And then exhaling, feeling heavier and held. So 1 more time, really breathing, expanding as much as you can of your lungs. Adding a gentle twist. Inhale, lift your hips, just enough to thread your back arm through to face forward. And then you can reach out your opposite arm so that you're stretching right underneath your shoulder there. And then allow your hips to shift back again and your weight to sink deeper. And take a couple deep breaths here. Feeling the stretch in your shoulders and your long front side. 1 more. And then inhale, lift the hips, and we'll switch. So just enough to thread your front arm to the back now. And you can reach your back arm a little bit longer and shift your body weight into your hips. Then rest your head down and take 2 or 3 deep breaths to get the most out of your twist. Really release all of your air when you exhale. 1 more time. And then inhale, lift your hips. Bring your knees right underneath your hip line. And first, before we do anything, let's learn a little bit about our alignment to support our joints and health for life. So take your shoulder blades into your back, and that's going to help them hug right around the ribs. And then you need to counterbalance that. We take our rib cage up towards us, so you hug your upper abs. So you feel those 2 points hugging your spine. And then add a little length. Lengthen the crown of the head forward, tailbone back. And hopefully you'll feel your low belly abdominals fire. So that is a great way to support our spine. So take a breath, just get to know what your alignment would feel like. So you can use this later in plank. And then opening our shoulders a bit, I want you to take your hands wider than your mat. Find your shoulder blades again, find your ribs. We're just going to do a gentle twist of the shoulder. So take one shoulder, tuck it down towards the middle of your mat, and turn away from that shoulder. So do you feel the front of your shoulder open? Yeah. And then inhale, lift your heart, and exhale, other side, turn away from that shoulder with your eyes. And we'll go with our breath, about 3 rounds. Inhaling up, and exhaling, twist, opening your shoulder. Great. Breathe up, and exhale, twist. 1 more time, both sides. Inhale, and exhale, just feel yourself waking up and cultivating care for your body. Breathe in and then breathe out. Okay, great job. Let's start to open our hips. So bring your hands in so that they're near to your shoulder line. Shoulders in, ribs in, and you can take your knees out farther than your hip line. We're going to open up the hips and also warm the spine a bit. Breathe in. Hip circles. Exhale, circle the hips down and back. So feel how you exhale there when your lungs are collapsed. And then inhale, open and give them room, lifting up through the crown of the head. So exhale, you can tuck the chin a little bit. Just feel like your neck is an extension of your spine. And then inhale, you can lift the chin just a little bit, as long as the back feels like it's in a mini back bend. Yeah. And just go with your body. Start to listen to your body so that you can cultivate that relationship. Is there anywhere within you that wants to linger, wants to expand deeper? You can change each pose to meet what your body needs. And reverse directions when you're ready. Still exhaling when you go back and inhaling when you come forward, but the opposite circling direction. Nice deep breath. And what do you need in this pose and in this moment? Create that intention to be present with yourself, to listen in, and therefore in time, create a little more health as you meet the needs of your own heart and spirit, so that later on you can meet the needs of others. And then one more deep breath. And when you're ready, come on up. So bring your knees back to center, your hands underneath your shoulders. Let's find our alignment one more time. Shoulders hug behind, ribs hug in. And how much length can you get head to tail? It'll feel like a little tuck of the chin so that the back of your neck is longer. Inhale. And exhale, downward dog. So tuck your toes. You can walk your hands if you already know how far apart they need to be. And then inhale and lift your hips and exhale back. So we'll take some time here to find our alignment and then play. So move your hands until you feel like you can balance the weight between each. So take a moment to breathe in. And as you exhale, can you think through each finger and press them down evenly? The more you think into it, the calmer your mind can become. And then take a nice deep breath, pressing down. Inhale. Push down on the exhale through your hands and see if that'll lift your hips. I want you to feel the connection between your wrists and your tail, so everything connected. Knees can be soft, so the heels do not have to be down. It's all about the spine alignment. And then externally rotate your armpits. You want to open your armpits out, and that'll feel like your shoulder blades got that hug again in the back. And you can meet that with your ribcage hug that you've learned. And then your tailbone. If you feel like it's rolling down towards the wall behind you, I want you to lift it up towards the ceiling. Yeah. And then press your hands lifting the tail. Take one more deep breath, just trusting your alignment. Feel how alive you are. And then play around. You can bend one knee, extend the opposite heel to get that nice stretch, turn towards it, and then reverse. Or anything at all. If you're comfortable here, listen to your body. What does your body want? What does it need? What would feel really nice? And if your arms or body anywhere is asking you to rest, drop down to a different pose, child's pose, puppy pose, anything at all. This is about self-care and learning and growing that well-being with our body. So one more deep breath. What do you need? Keep listening and answering that listen. And then eyes, take them forward to the hands just so you can prepare. Breathe in. And then exhale, walk or hop to the head of your mat. And exhale, allow yourself to hang. Then you can shake it out, yes and no. Roll the hips, move the shoulders around. What movement would feel great here? Nice deep breath. And let's start to lengthen the back of our body. So hands to shins, soft knees. Inhale, flat back, extend. So I want you to find and learn your alignment again. So shoulders come together behind you, and then ribs hug in here. And can you create that length, head to tail? Breathe in. And then exhale, let it go. 2 more times. Inhale, slide up. Can you find your alignment? All those points. And exhale, bring it down. And one more time. Breathe in, lift, expand the back body. And let it go. So this time we're going to roll up. Bend the knees a lot. Lift the eyes to get your blood flow going. And we'll inhale, push down to rise up. Feel the connection with your mat. And exhale, hands come to the heart. And we'll find our first mountain pose. So take your feet and bring your heels right underneath your hip bones. Or if you feel balanced, you are welcome to take your big toes together here. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. Hands either at the heart or next to you open. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, exhale down into the feet as if you grounded and attached to your mat a little more. And learning what alignment feels like in your feet, I want you to push down in the pinky toe. Maintain that pressure and then push down in the big toe. Maintain that, push down into the outer heel and then the inner heel. So feel how if you push down all four corners of each foot, your ankles and your arches feel lifted and open. Now soften your knees so that opening, that flow can come up nice and fluid. And then hips, feel like you can open up your hips like a book. It's not quite going to happen. This is more about ab work. And then your tailbone goes down and back. So you just feel like your low abs are helping you a little bit. We have some kitties this morning. And then lift up to the crown of the head, shoulders come back. And at the same time, find the lowest rib and hug it in. Nice deep breath. And then as you breathe, thinking up through the crown of the head, feel how expansive you are. Your heart is open, your back is long, you are rooted. And into this day, what do you want to bring? A little more love, a little more courage, strength or gentleness. Maybe just let a word rise up instead of trying to work hard on your intention this morning. And then once you feel like you have something that you want to cultivate for your day, invite that in with one more breath. Breathe it in, soaking it into your mind. And then breathe out, let go of any thoughts or feelings that rise up for the next few moments, just so you can be present here with your intention and your body. And then when you're ready, let's start to move with that. Inhale, reach up. So see if you can bring that intention in with you. So if it's strength, maybe make it strong. If it's gentle, be soft. Choose how your body wants to cultivate it. And then exhale, knees bend, and we'll dive down. Long heart, long neck. Hands to shins or under the toes and lengthen again. Flat back, extend, or gorilla. And exhale, let yourself relax. Knees bend. Step your back leg behind you. So that way your front, what I'm calling your front leg, is the one closest to your screen, or you pick. Just make sure that you're on the other side next time. Now take some time to move your heel until it's right underneath this front knee. Sometimes it can be back here, so that's what we want to protect against. And then cultivate some length head to tail. So a little tuck of the chin will help the neck lengthen, crown of the head lengthen away from your heel. And then see if your shoulders can feel strong. And you're pushing back in that back heel, you feel like your hip just opened up and strength wrapped around it. That's what we want. Now remember your intention, and can you breathe and embody it here? And then front arm, inhale, reach up and twist towards that knee beneath you. Shoulders, sometimes they want to roll forward. I want you to roll them back. And that's going to help your spine stay supported and your heart open. Find that hip strength again. Can you push the heel back with the soft knee, line the crown of the head, and reach it away from the heel? And then one more deep breath, bringing in your intention, embodying it here. And exhale, that hand comes down. Knees bend. We're going to come to warrior one. Step your back foot in until the heel comes down, and you can push down into the outer edge of that heel, and then inhale and rise up. And I want you to take as much time as you need to reposition the feet until you feel like you can get those mountain 4 corners on each foot down into your mat. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, connect into your feet. And then we'll bring the alignment up. So what that did is you lifted your arches, you opened your ankles. I want you to line up your knees with the midline of your toes on both sides. And then square your shoulders to the short edge of your mat. And inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulders back, and then that low rib hugs in. So this front knee, remember your intention. Maybe it was to nourish your body or soften and care. Maybe you want to come up lighter, make it a little gentler. Or maybe your body asks for strength and courage for your day. Maybe you want to go deeper, bending your knee more. But notice what it did to your back heel. If you feel like it rocked in, I want you to push down into the outer edge of the heel. Find that lifted arch again. And then 2 deep breaths, feeling your strength rise up for your day. Maybe imagine yourself carrying in whatever you're cultivating into your next moments. And one more deep breath in. And then exhale, slowly lower, back heel lifting, hands down. Knees bend, step back to your downward dog. And you can play around. Take a nice deep breath. If your body wants a child's pose, if it feels like it needs or wants rest, bring yourself back. And then just breathe. What would feel good here? Maybe you want to bend around, play. Nice deep breath. And one more. See if you can make it cleansing. What would feel great for your body as you breathe? Remember your intention and bringing it with you. Inhale forward to your plank. So you can be kneeling or lifted. I'll show kneeling this first time. Shoulders, bring them back into the back, and then that low rib, hug it in, and then lengthen head to tail. So take a nice deep breath, feeling open in the heart, long in the spine. And exhale, slowly lower the whole way down. Point the toes back, and inhale, lift your heart off the mat for baby cobra. And then notice if there's any pressure in your low back or in your neck. And I want you to see if you can let that go by lengthening the crown of the head and lengthening the tail back. So it'll feel like more ab work. Hi, Moose. This kitty is Moose. Nice deep breath in. One more. See how long you can reach head to heels. Make it happen. And then exhale back. And remember your intention. Is it softness? Do you want to flow through child's pose? Or do you want to come to your downward dog? What does your body want in this new moment? Allow yourself to listen and adapt. Take a nice deep breath. And then take 2 more breaths. And I really want you to listen to your body. What do you need right now? What rose up? Is there any tension that needs cared for? A last breath. And then remembering our desire for this day. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, and you're going to step your back leg forward. So this is your opposite side now. So that's all you have to remember is which leg you had. And it's very important if your foot is back here to walk it forward until your knee and your heel are nice and aligned. That's the key for longevity and strength of our knees. And then take a nice deep breath, head to heel. And exhale. And finding your strength, take your shoulder blades behind you to open your heart. Soften the back knee, but keep that extension of the heel going back. Feel your hip lift and all the muscles around your glutes fire on. And then take one more deep breath, remembering your intention and how you can care for yourself here by cultivating it, bringing it into your pose. And then back arm, twisting towards that knee. Inhale and reach it up. And notice your shoulders, if they roll forward, can you roll them back? Can you open your heart? And knee alignment, find that again. If you feel like it's rocking, take it in line with the middle of your toes. And remember, this is your class. You're always welcome to drop the back knee, to make it a different pose. One more deep breath, reaching. And then exhale that hand to the heel. Knees bend and step the back heel in until it comes down. Ready for warrior 1. Inhale and rise up. And exhale, reposition. So really take as much time as your body wants. There is no rush here. And then when you're ready, gripping down into the mat, let's take our mind into our body. So nice deep breath in. And exhale, can you find your 4 corners on both feet? So take a moment to really think into it. And then breathe in. And exhale, line up your knees. You might need to open them out, but find where they come into the midline of where your toes are going. Square the shoulders to the short edge. And inhale, reach up. And then exhale, lengthen. Crown of the head up, tail down. So it might feel like a tuck of the chin. And hopefully your low belly, you feel like they're helping you right now to allow your tailbone to go down instead of under. Nice open heart. And here in this powerful pose, you really can cultivate things. So what is your body asking for? Does it need rest? Can you make it gentler? Does it need strength or confidence? Can you add that to the way your muscles are firing? So take 2 more breaths, just trusting whatever it is your body says that it needs today. And then inhale. And exhale. This time hands come to the hips and just face towards your screen. Legs wide on the mat or wherever you need to be, wherever your screen is. Just get to where your legs are wide and you have space. So we're going to turn the heels in and toes out. And then come down to bend your knees. So again, just like our lunges, we want to be mindful that the heels aren't inside of the knees. We want to bring the heels outside of the knees or right above. And then line up the direction, knees to midline of the toes. And then tailbone down, crown up. Feel like this low rib hugged in. And inhale, reach up. And then exhale, shoulder blades down and back. And notice if you feel like you're in a little back bend, like your tail is going back, chest up, you really need to hug in the rib cage. And that'll help you stay nice and straight. And then think through those 2 points, head and tail, and that'll help too because your obliques will fire. Nice deep breath, inhale. And then exhale, press one hand down and reach away. So I want you to feel like there's a long stretch near your low side waist. Yes. Shoulders roll back, nice deep breath. And then inhale, reach up, and exhale, switch. See if your knees moved and find your alignment again. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, reach. Allow yourself to flow with your breath. Find your alignment, take a breath. And last side, inhale, reach up, and exhale. And then press off the heels to inhale up to rise. We're going to come to sit. So you just sweep a leg in and sit down or however feels good. So to start, I want you to come with the palms of your feet together in cobbler's pose. Hands can go back to start. Inhale and reach up. So feel a good heart opener. So here you can get that back bend. The tailbone goes back, crown of the head lifts, nice deep breath. So heart openers are great for lifting your mood. So allow this to soak in for a moment. Strong hands into each finger. Inhale, and then exhale, take the chin, we'll roll forward, and you can reach out, similar to the way you reached at the beginning of class, but it doesn't have to be as intense or as low. So this is all about what does your body feel good. So keep listening, keep cultivating your relationship. And how can you breathe? Each inhale, fill the lungs so that your body is immediately comforted. And each exhale, empty the lungs so that you can relax and also get a new fresh breath in the moment. And then when you're ready, inhale and gently walk it up. So lengthen out your right leg, and we're going to hug in your left. So make sure that you have enough room to lay back. So you're just going to hug your left and then gently lay back. So the right leg, if you feel like your hips aren't super happy here, you can bend your knee instead of having it long. But if you're good with a long right leg, pretend that you are flexing that foot to stand on the wall that's in the direction there. So that's just going to activate those muscles. And then lift up your left, hold behind in a big ankle circle both directions. Inhale. And then exhale, gently bring it in just as far as your body wants. Take a nice deep breath. And on this exhale, I want you to invite some softening. So softening your grip. Softening the effort of the right and left leg. See if all your muscles can relax. And for a moment, just feel your body from the inside. What is stretching? What is tense? And take a few breaths of gratitude for this leg that you're holding and all that it does. Without our mobility, there's a lot less in life we could do. So just practice a moment of gratitude and breathe. So staying in that thankfulness for our body. Inhale. Exhale. Keep your left hip on the mat, but let your left leg go across your body just a little. So what I want you to feel is the outside of the left leg starts to stretch. And you can gently bring it in, but be very gentle. Only go maybe an inch or two, depending on how flexible the outside of that leg is. Nice deep breath in. And now let go of that effort. So just let your left leg cross your body for a twist. Eyes lift and then turn away from your left leg so they can look down your right arm. And then use your hands for a moment of self-care. So you can touch your belly, you can touch your leg, and just breathe compassion from your hand to your body and back. So a nice circle of compassion there. And what needs or wants to relax? Take a few deep breaths and invite it to soften. Inhale back to start and reach up to your feet. Really reach. Lift the head, the hips, joyful child's pose. And then exhale, allow yourself to come back, lengthen the left leg, and hug the right knee. So flex the left foot. Get to know what your body wants. Maybe it's a bent knee, maybe it's a long leg. And then when you're ready, lift your right leg and big ankle rolls on both directions. Nice deep breath. And then gently bring it in. Soften around the jaw, around the chest. Soft knee. And then breathe. And practice that gratitude here for this leg. Thankful for how it holds you. It helps you go everywhere you've been. No matter what you've put your body through, your body has loved you day in and day out with more breath, more digestion, more healing, more heartbeats. So one more breath of gratitude for your right leg. And then exhale and keep your right hip right where it is and gently cross the right leg just an inch or two. So you will feel this outside of the leg stretch if you are able to keep the hip down where it was. So just a couple breaths here. Sometimes it's super intense if you run or have been doing things that keep your legs a little tighter. One more breath. And then let go of that effort. Just let your body spill into a twist. So right leg goes over, and then eyes lift and turn down your left arm. And use your right hand for some compassion. So maybe hold your belly, breathe, thanking your belly for all that it does, keeping you healthy. And then your hand could run down your leg, and maybe care is placed around that area. Before you move, use a body scan and see what's tight and invite it to soften. And then come back to center, and this time hug your knees. Make a little ball, lift your head, nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lay your head down nice and long so you lengthen your spine. And then take your feet, open them to the edges of your mat, and let your knees rock in. So that supports your low back for a moment. Take one hand and lift it up until it's right underneath the left side of your chest, and then your other hand down on your belly or below. And take a couple deep breaths. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes and breathe into your lower hand. Really make that hand move. So what that does is it uses your whole lung capacity, and there's a nerve that runs below your lungs that instantaneously calms you when it's touched. So breathe as if it was your first breaths of your life, unhindered, purely enjoying your body. And then your upper hand, just feel the warmth beneath your touch. Feel your heartbeat or your circulation. And just notice how your body continues to breathe and beat and stay warm. It is constantly caring for you, calling you worthy. So take a couple breaths and just feel these pulses beneath you, the love beneath your skin. And then if this is not your most comfortable position, go ahead and straighten out your legs or do something different. Maybe tuck your shoulder blades beneath you to open your heart more. And take a few deep breaths. Scan down your body and invite every inch to soften. And then notice your breath every second, the way it lifts, the way it switches and then lowers, and it repeats. Can you notice how each breath is different? It's brand new, never breathed before or again. And for these next few moments, just notice when your mind wanders to a thought or feeling, and that's okay. And as soon as you notice it, gently bring it back to your breathing. Just one more moment, cultivating attention on the breath, letting go of thoughts and feelings. And then as soon as you're ready, you'll start to wake it up a little bit. So start to move your fingers and toes and bring back that gratitude awareness. Thankful that they're moving. All you had to do was think about it. Just feel how capable and healthy your body is. And then roll the wrists and your ankles, thankful for how they're moving. And even if something is healing today, just be grateful that your body is caring for that place and all of you. And then gently you could bend a knee, or just listen, what does your body want? Maybe you'd rather stretch really long, maybe you'd rather hug your knees or sway. What would feel good at this moment? Go ahead and do that movement. And then when you're ready, roll to one side and stay there for a moment. So if it feels good, you can even cradle your head or just let it lay down. And I want you to feel how the ground is holding you up. You do not have to hold yourself, you're held. Feel how the air comes in to your body and then it goes back out. Even noticing that the air around your life, it's on your side, it's helping you stay healthy and alive. And then feel your belly as it rises and falls. And just notice how your body is on your side. This whole thing is bent in your favor. So one more deep breath, just feeling cared for. And then when you're ready, push your top hand to sit up nice and tall. And we'll find our alignments. You can take your sit bones back and then find what you cultivated in the very beginning. Head to tail, heart open, ribs nice and gently. And we'll finish with a deep breath. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, Namaste. Thank you again for doing this practice. My name is Rachel Heisey, and I'll put in the show notes how you can find me. And this is for West End's yoga studio. And in PA, we are moving through the phases, getting back to a new reality. So just keep in touch with us. If you want to sign up for the email list, just message us. And you can support us in several ways, coming to the classes on our Zoom schedule or Patreon. So again, if you want more classes from me right now for West End, I'm teaching Zoom at 10:30 a.m. on Sundays, but there's also a lot more online that I have that you can join me. So thank you so much. I hope that you are well. Throughout this practice, please remember your intention, and maybe throughout the day, tie it to little activities that you're doing. See if you can bring that in, and just trust the neural pathways in your mind will create stronger into what it is you desire to focus on. It takes effort, but it does happen. So thank you for doing this and cultivating your own well-being and health today. Grace, peace, and namaste. May you be well.